Deep cultural change to drive quality solutions and quality customer experience and engagement requires deep executive support. Hey everybody, this is Ray Stendall, publisher of Customer Engagement Magazine and the author of the Customer Engagement Manifesto. Congratulations, you made it this far. This is the 14th principle that we have been studying with Deming. It's all about top management commitment. And in this video, you're going to discover how you can go about getting top management support to move your organization forward. And many of you have written into us and say, you know what, I love the ideas that you're sharing, but how do I get my management on board? So let's begin with a quote from Mr. Deming. Certainly, we want good results, but management by results is not the way to get good results. Work on the causes of results. So one of the causes of results is having top management be on board with driving quality in the organization and effectively communicating with customers and building a strong culture. So let's take a look at some of his points that he shared in his book, Out of the Crisis. And he says here, it all begins and ends here with top management. It's true. Top management sets the tone. It sets the rules of engagement, what's acceptable and what's not, what will be tolerated, what will not. The attitudes, beliefs, character traits, and habits of top management are being watched very carefully by the employee base, and in many cases, they will emulate what top management does. So it's really important to keep this consistent, to understand what the values are of the organization and to live up to those values. I'll give you a quick example. If one of the values is that we maintain a clean and enjoyable work environment, and a top manager goes out into the parking lot to go to his car and sees a can of Coke just sitting on the sidewalk there right where a customer would trip over it, if he doesn't pick up that can of Coke and put it in the garbage can, he is not living in alignment with the values of the organization. How could they ever expect an employee to do that? So just a simple example here. So this needs to propagate through the entire organization, and management needs to lead by example. When we think about this from a customer engagement standpoint, we have to realize that top management and executives are driven by a number of different factors. And one of the factors that they are driven by is making intelligent decisions that lead to profitable growth. So when we are looking at getting their support, we need to take a look at how can we expose them to issues in the organization on a first-hand basis and be able to draw a connection between what we see and how that results into bottom line impact in the organization so that we can build support. We can build an angel within the top management ranks that can help us rally the resources and other top managers to get on board with solving the problem that needs to be solved. So one of the ways we can easily do this from a customer engagement, customer experience standpoint is making sure that we invite them to be part of the call center. We invite them to be on the retail floor and see exactly what it's like to be an employee engaging with a customer. We get them to see what it's like to fill a support ticket and be on the front lines of an employee trying to work with the existing systems and processes to get answers for the demanding customer who is being put on hold and is growing more and more frustrated by the minute. The more that we can expose management to these types of issues, the greater the chances are that we can improve the situation and smooth out that customer experience. We also need to invite top management to be part of experiencing our marketing materials, experiencing the sales tools that are available. They need to be involved and to sample what the customer is ultimately going to experience. Now, what are you going to do if some of your top managers, let's say that you're the CEO of the company, are not willing to participate? Well, you really have two choices, or three choices. One, accept it. Two, change it. And the third approach is to be serious about changing it. Many organizations will say, well, you know what? We do want to be customer driven. We do want to be employee centric. We do want our executives to know what it really feels like to be on the front lines, to be in the support center. But then they never send anybody there to be part of it. Well, you watching this video right now, if you have a team of people, lead by example. Show them that this is important. Make active plans to rotate yourself and members of your team through all critical function points within an organization. It's not just enough for you to go out in the field and have high-level conversations with other executives and other companies. You have to be on the ground level with your team and see what it's like to go through the existing systems and processes that you have in place. You need to feel the frustration that your employees feel on a day-to-day basis. You have to come down from the ivory tower. Now, what does that mean? It means not just coming down once in a while and shaking a few hands and saying, how are things doing, and holding a town hall meeting and capturing a little bit of feedback in email. That's not sufficient. You have to submerge yourself in the experience to fully appreciate the experience. And I want to suggest that you carve out some time to do this, and that you set objectives that you manage to with your next line of management and their next line of management to make sure that everybody is well grounded. And I can tell you that if you do that, your employees will have a tremendous amount of respect for you as being somebody of action, somebody that they can depend on, somebody who actually listens and gives I was going to say gives a damn, but anyway, actually cares. And that, I did say it. So what? You know, that at the end of the day, that's what it's about. If you want to engage employees, you need to show that you care. And I just want you to take this to heart and put together a plan. This is your call to action. Put together a plan that you can circulate with your team and execute against it to make sure that you are very much involved in all aspects of your business, and your team knows that they can depend on you, especially on the front lines. And that basically is it for this piece of the training with top management support. And if you're somebody who is looking at this saying, okay, I need more on how I'm going to get top management support on your projects, you got to put together a business plan. You got to show them the reason why they need to participate and throw resources behind your program versus another program that somebody else is pitching. In order for you to do that, you need to carefully analyze the motivation behind your target audience, understand what their hot buttons are, and put together a plan in place that will help them shine and help them help you. So hopefully you found that last tidbit useful. What we're going to do now is go over to the next video in our series. This is the deadly sins and diseases that most Western organizations face. As usual, I hope you found these videos useful. We're putting a lot of effort into this content for you, and we'd really appreciate it if you can share this message far and wide and use this as a way to facilitate having meetings with your team to say, okay, let's watch this video. Now let's go ahead and put in play what we just finished listening to and put some concrete plans together and execute, execute, execute. Don't just take this as entertainment. All right, this is Ray Stendall wishing you the very best, and I'll see you in the next video.